I have a feeling it might be raining everywhere at the moment across Europe. We are also having rain, as you can see outside my studio window right now. It is pouring with rain. Here we are then, nice and dry in my little studio in Much Wenlock. This is English Addict, coming to you live and direct from the birthplace of the English language. We all know where it is. It is, of course, England. Yeah. Here we are again. We are back together, and I am very happy to say to you right now, hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling happy today? I hope you are feeling good. I am not too bad. A very busy day. I'm going to tell you what time I got out of bed this morning. 7:45 this morning. I've been working in here since 8 o'clock this morning. So I came straight downstairs, I came into the studio, and I've been in here preparing everything since 8 o'clock this morning. And now it is just after 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So I think now you know that I have been rather busy already doing this for you. My name is Duncan. For those wondering who I am, I talk about the English language. I love English very much. In fact, you might say that I am an English addict, like it says up there, you see, and also I think down there as well on my shirt. So I am a person who likes talking about the English language. I love English, and I have a feeling that you might also be an English addict as well. The introductions are now officially over. It is nice to see you here today. Very nice indeed, even though it is raining outside, heavy rain, although it is a strange day because it is very windy as well. Because we have so much wind, the clouds are moving by very fast. So already the sun has come out again. The rain has stopped already. Just in those 3 or 4 minutes, we now have sunshine breaking through. Isn't that lovely? Looking off into the distance. And you can see how fast the clouds are moving because already the sunlight has disappeared again. I hope you are feeling super duper. We have the live chat. I will quickly say hello to the live chat because without you, we would have none of this. Without you being there, I would be talking to myself right now, which, let's face it, is a little bit strange. Hello, Vitas. Guess what, Vitas? You are first on today's live chat. We want to know. We are all interested to find out. What is your secret? Even I want to know. How are you always first on the live chat? How do you do it? What is your secret? Please let us know, Vitas. I think it is just because you have a very fast finger. I think that might be the reason why. Florence is here as well. Also Beatrice. Hello, Beatrice. I know you are very busy today. You are going up to the mountains today. So I hope you have a super duper time up in the mountains today. Suraj is here as well. Hello, Suraj. Where are you watching at the moment? Maruzio is here as well. Apparently, it is raining at the moment in Rome. Across Europe, I think everyone today is having rain, including here in England. Also, we have Palmyra, we have Florence, we also have Neo Noir, who is watching in Buenos Aires in Argentina. A big hello to you, and thank you for joining me today. Danielle is here as well. Thank you also for tuning in. Now, I do appreciate the fact that you want to spend your time here with me, because I know there are many other distractions on the internet, many other things that you could be looking at. You could be looking at some fashion videos. Maybe you could be watching some Mr. Bean at the moment, but instead you've decided to watch me instead. Some people say there are some similarities between myself and Mr. Bean. I don't know what you mean by that. Nepal is here. Hello, Nepal, or should I say Nepal? Suraj Gurung is here today. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. I always appreciate it when you say hello. Can I ask you a question? Do you mind if I ask you all a question right now? Especially if it is your first time. So if you've never seen me before, if it is your first time watching, I'm now going to ask you a question. And please be honest. Please be truthful. What is your first impression of me? So maybe this is your first time watching the live stream, or perhaps you can remember the first time you watched me, and you might be thinking of your first impressions. When we talk about first impressions, we are describing the initial response felt when meeting someone or seeing something for the first time. So when you first see something, when you first experience something, the first time you ever do something. Quite often when we meet a person for the first time, we will look at them very carefully. We will try to work out what our first impressions are of that person. So what are your first impressions of this? Because I'm always interested to know, especially if it is your first time. Maybe you have never seen my live streams before. So today, what is your first time? Suraj says it is my first time. Congratulations. So what do you think of this? Is it interesting? Do you feel as if you want to stay here for a little bit longer to find out what is happening? What about me? You might be looking at me and you might be thinking, he's a strange person. Who is that? I've never seen him before. So when we talk about first impressions, we are talking about our response, the way we feel when we see something or when we experience something for the first time. The first time we do something. The first time we see something. And of course, the first time we see a person, someone you meet, perhaps your new boss, who you've never seen before. And of course, they will be doing the same thing to you. They will also be looking carefully and closely at you as well. So first impressions, I often think, are two-way. So the person you are meeting is looking at you, but you are also looking at that person as well. You are trying to work out what that person is like. Are they a nice person? Is that person trustworthy? Can I trust that person? Something like that. Mario says, Mr. Duncan, my first impression is reliable. A reliable guy. I think that's quite good. Yes, I think that is an important thing. If you meet someone for the first time, if you see them as reliable, we might say that you can trust that person. You can rely on that person. You know that person will be honest, or if they say that they will do something, they will do it. They are reliable. We might also use the word trustworthy as well. I don't remember the first time I know you or I saw you, but I was very impressed about your work and how we can learn through it. Thank you, Florence. That's very kind. Very kind of you. Farry Bors says, my first impression of you from about 4 months ago is sensitive. Thank you. And also your resemblance to Elton John. Really? Now, can I just say that you might be the first person or one of the first people to ever say that? Not many people say that I look like Elton John, so okay. And also a kind person. Thank you very much. I try to be honest, open, and also friendly, and I hope that I can make learning English fun, because that is what learning should be. Learning should be fun. It should all be fun. Learning should never be boring. It should always be exciting and interesting. So I hope that what I do is interesting to you. I really do. First impressions are important because it can create the feeling or the connection between you and someone else or something else. So from my point of view, and I have to admit, in my life I've met many people, and of course you always meet those people for the first time, and it is interesting how you can have an impression of that person. You see things, you feel parts of their personality or the way they are, and of course the way they look. It is very hard to avoid judging someone by the way they look. It is part of human nature, I suppose. So I always think that first impressions are interesting, especially when you are meeting a person for the first time, and perhaps that particular person is going to be an important part of your life, maybe your boss, or perhaps, maybe someone you might become romantically involved with. Some people believe in love at first sight. Some people believe that you can meet a person and you can actually fall in love with that person. You can feel a strong emotional bond immediately as soon as you meet them. So I think first impressions are very important. Vitas, they meet you, they judge you, or they will look at your clothes and see or judge your mind as well. I think, yes, I think those two things are common when we meet a person for the first time. We will often look at that person. Did you know one of the first things we look at, and you might not even realize this, the first thing most people look at when they meet a person for the first time are their feet. Isn't that strange? But it's true. So quite often when you meet a person for the first time, you will look at their feet. Not the size of their feet or the shape of their feet, but the actual footwear or shoes that they are wearing. And apparently that is a very good indicator of a person's personality, the type of person they are, by what they are wearing on their feet. Is it true? Is it real? Maybe not. Claudia is here. Hello, Claudia. Apparently, today is Teacher's Day in Argentina. So happy day for you, my dear, lovely, amazing teacher. Thank you very much. And happy Teacher's Day to all the teachers in Argentina and around the world as well. Claudia says the first thing I notice when I meet someone is their teeth. Of course, that is your job. So I suppose if your job is looking at people's teeth, then I would imagine it's hard not to look at their teeth. But they do say that your smile is important when you meet someone. If your teeth look clean and if they look as if they have been taken care of, then it can have a very positive impression. Alison. Hello, Alison Medeiros, watching in Brazil. Hello to you. I am loving the class. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. If you want to leave your first impressions of me, feel free to do it on the live chat. If I have time, I will read your replies. Today, we have a big subject to talk about later on. We are going to look at caring. The word care. It's a simple word. It seems quite innocent. It seems like a word that is used quite often, but it can be used also in many ways in the English language. So we are going to have a look today at care, different aspects, different views of care, the way people care for each other. And of course we have the opposite, which is the way in which people do not care for each other. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Alison, to say such a lovely thing about my lesson. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. One of the things I do quite often in my job, and maybe in your job as well, I have to use one of these quite often. I have to use a keyboard for typing because a lot of my work involves typing. Maybe I will type some ideas for a new lesson, or maybe I will write some scripts for me to read later and to give me some ideas of what to talk about when I'm doing this, or maybe when I'm recording my lessons. So there are many situations where I have to type. And over the years, I've noticed certain things about typing. First of all, can I say I admire anyone who can type with both hands fast. I really do admire people who can do that. And some people are very clever because they can type without looking. So they can be doing something else and they can still be typing. And I have to say, I am always impressed by anyone who can do that. They can just type on their computer and they don't have to even look at the screen. And of course, the other one is when you are sending a text message as well. Have you seen sometimes people can send messages very fast? They can type very quickly on their phone. I don't know how they do it. It takes me a long time to type on my phone. If I'm sending a message to someone on my phone, it always seems to take a very long time to type the message. Another thing I've noticed over the years on my keyboard. So you can see here my keyboard is a standard keyboard. I've noticed over the years that I often make one particular mistake when I'm typing, and I don't know if it's something you've noticed, but I have noticed over the years that the most commonly mistyped letters on a keyboard are O and P. Quite often, in fact always, if I'm typing a word on my keyboard and it has a P or an O in the word, quite often I will mistype those words. Sometimes if there is a P, I will put O instead. And sometimes the other way round. If there is an O in the word, I will type P. So I have noticed, now this might just be me, it might be my problem. So have you noticed when you type, sometimes you find that you often mistype the same letters. And with me, it is always O and P. But I have no idea why. Now, I have to be honest with you. Can I just be honest? My typing is not very good. I normally type with 2 fingers, like this. So when I'm typing on my keyboard, this is normally how I do it. Just with 2 fingers. I call it chopsticks. So I use my fingers like chopsticks when I'm typing. I know it's not very good, it's not very professional, but for all of my life I've always found it very hard to type on a keyboard quickly. However, I have seen other people do it very fast. So what about you? Have you noticed that? I don't know why it is those particular letters. I have no idea why it is O and P, because quite often I don't make too many mistakes when I'm typing, but for some reason, and I don't know why, it is often these 2 letters, and I really don't know why. English Addict is with you today. You are more than welcome to join the live chat. That is the reason why we are here. Suraj says practice makes perfect. It is true. The more you do something, the better you become at it. The more you enjoy doing something, the more you will want to do it. So quite often learning something is a process, but it's also a cycle as well. I always see learning as a type of cycle. The more you do it, the more you enjoy it. The more you enjoy it, the more you want to do it. And of course, at the same time, whilst you are going through that cycle, you are learning. So you might say that the cycle of learning goes round and round. Hello, Grow with Cricks. Hello, Grow with Cricks, who is watching in India. I am Shamil, and I am watching in India. Also, we have Zinat. Zinat Amir, hello to you. Is it your first time? Please let me know If it is your first time, please tell me. We have a lot of people watching in India. Over the past month, I've noticed that I've got more and more viewers, more new students watching in India. So first of all, can I say a big hello to all of my new viewers who are watching in India. Hello, Neo Noir. Mr. Duncan, did you have a computer in the 1990s? That is a very good question. The answer is yes, I did. I think it must have been around 1996. I had a laptop. Not a very powerful laptop. It wasn't a very powerful machine, but I could send emails, and sometimes you could do other things on it as well, like play games, but very simple games, very basic games. And then I had my first desktop computer, my first big computer. I had the first one in 1999 was when I had my first big desktop. So you might say that I was using a computer in the 1990s, certainly the late 1990s, but I had my first desktop computer. I often call it the big computer. You know the type. It's like a big box. And yes, it was 1999 when I had my first big box computer. Mr. Duncan, do you remember CRT monitors? Yes, I had one for many years. Can I just tell you something? I really do regret selling my first ever computer monitor, because it was the most amazing machine, the most amazing monitor. CRT. CRT means cathode ray tube. It means that is the type of device that is being used to project the image onto a screen. Of course, these days we have lots of wonderful types of monitor that we can watch things on. In fact, a lot of people don't even use monitors anymore because they have their iPad or their tablet device. So more and more people now are not even using computer monitors. Of course, there are times when you will use one if you are playing games. So I know that a lot of people like playing computer games, very popular, a huge industry. Gaming is a big industry. ZNAT. Hello, ZNAT. In 1999, I was born. Goodness me. You are only 25. How wonderful. I wish I was 25 again. So in 1999, when I had my first computer, my first big box computer, you were born. All I can say is now I feel very old. I have to be honest with you. Ooh, who else is here? Ah, very interesting. We have the man himself. It is Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you here. I hope everything is going well. I hope so. I'm looking forward to hearing your good news. Jeremy is here. Hello, Jeremy Schmid, who is watching in Poland. Yes, I do have a lot of viewers in Poland. Where else do I have viewers? Well, I can tell you. I mentioned a few moments ago that now I have many viewers in India. I also have many viewers, many students watching me in Vietnam as well. So a big hello to Vietnam as well. Also, Italy. Many people watching in Italy and many parts of Europe, in fact. South America also. Brazil, Argentina, many parts of South America, Venezuela, Chile also watching. And of course Southeast Asia and all the way across to Asia, Japan, parts of China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Indonesia. All of those places are also watching my lessons. So it is always nice. It is a big pleasure. I can't begin to tell you how much pleasure it gives me to help you. And I hope you enjoy what I do. Beatrice has a plane to catch. So apparently that's what Beatrice is doing. She is actually going to catch a plane. I hope you have a good time. Up in the mountains, Beatrice. So today we are looking at an interesting subject. I think it is very interesting. In fact, it is a fascinating part of human behaviour, the way we behave towards each other, the way we behave towards friends, family, and of course strangers, maybe people we've never met before. We are looking at the subject of care, giving care, showing care. That is what we are doing today. I hope you will stay with me. This is English Addict, coming to you live from the birthplace of the English language, which is of course England.
I'm a big boy now.
We are here with you. I hope you are having a good Wednesday. And if you like what you are seeing, if you like what you are watching right now, please give me a lovely like. That will be ever so nice. The live chat is up and running. Suraj says the cow is our national animal. That is true. That is why we don't eat beef. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. I'm always interested to find out information. Some of these things I already know, But there might be people watching right now who don't know it, or they are not aware. So I'm always interested to find out new things. My name is Duncan, by the way. I'm an English addict, and I hope you are enjoying today's live stream. I am, of course, with you on Sunday. Can I please mention I do another live stream. I call it my big live stream on Sunday for 2 hours. Every Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm here with you. Today we are looking at a very interesting subject. I am always fascinated, and you know this. If you have been watching me for a long time, you will know that I am fascinated by human behaviour, the positive stuff and the not so positive stuff. It is all part of human behaviour. So today I think it would be a good idea, a nice time to mention the word care. So we are looking at care, words and phrases. I'm going to take you through all of the ways in which we can say or show care. And not all of those things are positive. Some of those things are actually negative. So not everything about care is positive. Reality sometimes can be a little bit hard to take. As a noun, the word care means careful or serious attention. So, for example, we can give care. We can look at care that is given to someone. Care that is administered. So this particular word at the bottom, the word administer, is to give or offer. You are offering something or giving something to someone. So it would be fair to say that we can express care as something that is given. It is administered in certain situations. I think it is very fair to say that. As a noun, the word care means protective or supervisory control. For example, you can be in the care of a doctor, a person who is looking after you. Maybe you have an illness, maybe you are being treated for some particular illness. You will be given care. The care is the treatment. You are being cared for. So you are in the care of the doctor. As a noun expressed plurally, care can mean trouble, anxiety, or worry. He hides his cares behind a smile. So your cares, the things that concern you, the things that worry you, the things that cause you anxiety, that feeling can be described as care. So as you can see already, there are many ways of using this particular word. As a noun, another use. As a noun, it can be an object of or the cause for concern. The thing that is causing concern, the actual thing that is causing you to be worried. For example, her son's illness was her only care. So in this sentence you can see that all of her attention, all of her time is given to her son. That is the thing that she is concerned with, the most important thing that she is concerned with. As a noun, you can be in care, or a thing can be placed into care. So this happens quite often. Here in Britain, quite often a certain authority might take control of something if it is felt that it needs administering in a different way. To place legal responsibility of social welfare on a local authority, this is often done in law in this country. So maybe there is a hospital or maybe a school that is not performing very well, something that is given as social welfare, things that are given to protect the community. If that thing is not being done very well, we can say that it is put into care, or it is now in care. So this is a phrase we often use in the UK when we are talking about a certain thing that has been handed over or given to another group to take care of. As a verb, now this can be used transitive as an object. As a verb, we can say that we are troubled, concerned, or emotionally affected. He is dying and she doesn't care. So in this sense, you can see from this particular sentence, care in this particular sentence means worried, troubled, or emotionally affected by something. And it can happen. It can happen quite often, especially if something serious is happening. As a verb, once again, another use as a verb, to give help and support, to administer, and to give aid or treatment. So once again, we are using the word care as a verb to show that a person is giving help and support, to administer aid. So maybe in a certain country where a natural disaster occurs, for example, an earthquake, quite often people will have to send aid, help, and care. So you are showing care, and of course you are caring for that group of people who have been affected by the disaster. As a verb, once again, we are using care as a verb to have the desire for something, something that you want, something that you feel that you need, something you are wanting. Would you care for a cup of tea? In this sentence, we are asking, would you like one? Do you want a cup of tea? Would you care for a cup of tea? So once again, we are using it as a verb to have the desire for something, something you want, something that you feel you need. Once again, as a verb, you are willing to do something. You are showing interest and intention. I will care for your flowers. It is no problem. I will care for that thing. I will give it care as a noun. I will care for it. I am taking part in that action. I will take care of it. In the positive sense, of course, we can say care. So as a positive use, we often use the word care to mean you are giving help, you are offering support. I care. I feel emotionally connected to your problem. And then, of course, we can use it negatively. There are many uses of the negative form of care. Not care. So we can say that a person does care, and you can say that they do not care. I don't care. I don't care. I care. I don't care. So you can use the phrase negatively and positively, the word care. In a positive way, to care, I want to help. So if a person offers help, they are saying that they care. They want to give care. They want to show that they care. They want to help you. And of course, in the negative sense, to not care. I don't want to help. I don't want to give help. I don't care. Moving on. We can show care by sympathizing. To sympathize is to care. You are feeling as if you want to help that person. To be worried. Worry is another way of expressing care. The feeling you have is care. You are worried about that person. To be concerned about something or someone. To be careful. Now here is a very interesting use of the word care. So if you want to show care, we can also express that as being careful. Be careful. Take care. You need to care for your health. So to look after, to be careful, to be wary, to think about things. Maybe if you are walking along a street in the dark, you have to take care so you don't injure yourself. You might fall into a black hole. Care can also be attend to. So a person will attend to you, or maybe you will attend to them. That is care being given or received. Here's another interesting word, the word nurse. The word nurse can be used as both a noun and verb. So the nurse is the person who is giving care. But of course, as a verb, if you nurse someone, it means you are caring for them. You are giving them care and attention. To protect as well, we can use the word care if you are protecting someone or protecting something. You are caring for that thing or for that person. Tend means to take care. You are making sure that thing is safe and secure. You are making sure that that thing does not come to harm. Tend. Watch. You can watch something, you can check, you can make sure that that thing is safe. You are caring for that thing. In wildlife, the animal kingdom, quite often care is given. Maybe if a bird has some chicks in a nest, they will have to care for those animals. We often use the word nurture. Nurture is care that is given to the young, to feed them, to protect them, to keep them warm. You nurture that thing. You help it to survive and grow. Care can also be compassion. A compassionate action is an act of care. I always see care in one way, one particular way, and that is a hand being offered. So whenever I think of care in its most basic use, I always see a hand being held out. Maybe if you have a difficult situation, maybe you have fallen over, maybe you have had an accident, you always look for care. You look for that hand reaching out to help you. So I always think that care is a compassionate action when we are using it in its positive form. We can give someone a helping hand, a moment of compassion. You are offering help. Maybe you are supporting someone. You are giving them help. You are caring for them. You are supporting that person. An act of support is an active way of showing care. Maybe a kind word. You might say something to someone. A kind word. Maybe a greeting. Maybe something that you are saying as a piece of advice for them. You are showing that you care by being kind. You are showing that you care by saying something kind. A kind word can go a long way. If you are showing support for someone, maybe you want to help someone. You want to give them help and support. You are showing that you care. You are giving care. Maybe you are going to like and subscribe to my English lessons. That is also a way of showing that you care. Maybe something that you value, something that you like, something that you want to help and support is also care. So please like and subscribe and share to let Mr. Duncan know that you care. Moving on. To not care. So unfortunately, we do have to turn to the negative things. There is, of course, a nice side and a negative side when we are talking about caring. To not care. It is possible to express the act of not caring in many different ways. The action of showing indifference is to express no strong opinion or care either way. So you might say that indifference is just having no feelings about something at all. So you could say that that person has no feelings, but also, because of that, they also don't care. Indifference. It is when a person has no feeling about something, positive or negative. They show indifference. But it can also be described as not caring. To show no concern for something is often described as not caring. You show no concern. Maybe you are walking along the street and you see a person lying on the ground. You walk past that person. You show no concern. You show no care. We can say that you do not care about that person. It is possible to express the act of not caring. Another way of doing that, we can use the word neglect to express a disregard for a thing that should be cared for. Now, this is a word we use quite often when something has been allowed to become ill, or maybe something has been allowed to become hungry, cold. Maybe something has been abandoned and left alone. We can say that they have been neglected. To neglect is to show that you don't care. This child is underweight. You have neglected its needs. Care was not given. So in this particular sentence, we are showing the reason why we have come to the conclusion that the child has been neglected. Care has not been given. To neglect something is to forget about it or to simply not care. He seems to be unaffected by the robbery. So once again, in this sense, we are showing that the person is not bothered. They don't care. They are not worried. He seems to be unaffected by the robbery. No effect or reaction. A person who shows no reaction, especially if something bad has happened, we might say that that person doesn't seem to care. They don't seem very worried or upset by what has happened. To dislike or have no feeling for someone or something. I don't care for noisy places with lots of people about. I don't care for discos. I don't care for places that have a lot of noise. We might describe it as a general dislike. To dislike something can also be shown by using the phrase not care. You don't care. I don't care for that type of thing. I don't care for comedians who swear. I don't care for rap music. There are many ways of showing that you dislike something or you don't like it. To not be bothered by something, that thing does not worry you. To not be bothered by something, that thing does not bother you. For example, now this is something that I'm going to say from my own personal experience. Rude comments are like water off a duck's back. It means you don't care. So if I say that rude comments are like water off a duck's back, I'm saying that I don't care about those things. If people are rude or unkind, especially when they are typing their comments, I just don't care. I don't care. It doesn't worry me, and I'm not bothered. You can say that you are not bothered. I can't be bothered to go to the party. So again, we are saying that you don't feel like doing that thing. You don't want to do it. I can't be bothered to go to the party. I don't want to go there. I don't want to. I can't be bothered to go to the party. You do not care. You have no interest in that thing. To give no help or support can be described as not caring. They just stood by and watched him being attacked. They showed no care. They did not offer help. or assistance. They showed no care. They acted as if they did not care. To show care is to show warmth, empathy, concern, to regard something. So these are all phrases we can use when we want to show that a person maybe has a type of personality that is warm, they have empathy, they have concern, they have regard for other people, they think and care about others. We might say that someone has a caring nature. She has a caring nature. She offers help, she offers support, she offers kindness. To show compassion, you are willing to assist someone. Always positive things. Then, of course, we have the opposite, the negative side. To show no care, to be cold, uncaring, not concerned, to disregard something or to disregard someone. He has a cold and uncaring nature. To be cold, when we are describing a person's personality, someone's personality, we can describe them as cold if they seem to have no care for others. To show no compassion, they are unwilling to help or assist. And there are many people like that around. I'm sure you know someone, maybe you know a person who can be quite cold and uncaring. They don't seem willing to show care to other people. And finally, to express disinterest in a certain thing. So something you have no interest in, something you don't want to do, something you never think about. We can say that you don't care. To express disinterest. I don't care about politics. That means you have no interest in that thing. I don't care about who wins the game. I don't care about it. I don't care who wins. I have no interest. So in that sense, we are saying that we are not bothered. We are not interested. We have no concern for that particular thing. We can also use the word apathy. I have to say that is a really good word. Apathy. It is not a positive word, but it is an interesting word. Apathy means the sense or feeling of not caring. We might say that you have given up. You have stopped caring. You don't care about one thing or another. You have apathy. Apathy. So there are many ways of using care, describing care in our day-to-day lives. You can do something with care. That means you do it carefully. You do it slowly. You do it with care and attention. And of course, there is the opposite as well. The opposite can be not caring. You do something carelessly. To be careless means you are not being careful. You are not paying attention. You don't care about the quality of something. You are being careless in your actions. I will be going soon because we have almost come to the end of today's live stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. Something a little bit different today. Caring. Maybe you have someone in your life who you care for, or maybe a person you are taking care of. Maybe because they are ill, they are unable to move, or maybe they have a disability of some sort. I will be back with you on Sunday. You will see me right here on your screen on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. That is when I am back with you. Don't forget also, there are lots and lots of English lessons on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Also, give me a like as well to show you care. You see, there it is. Care. To offer support. To like something. To let another person know that you appreciate the thing they are doing. You are showing care. And of course, don't forget to notify or to be notified of my new lessons and my live streams. Don't forget also to click on the bell as well, so you will always be updated when there is a new lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for joining me today. I am going now. I will see you on Sunday. Sunday, I am here. Also on Sunday, Mr. Steve will be here as well. So two presenters on Sunday for 2 hours. Can you believe it? Thank you very much for your company. That wasn't supposed to happen, by the way. I don't know what happened then. I think my finger has been clicking too many times today and my finger got very carried away. Thank you very much for watching. See you on Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. And of course, you know what's coming next. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And ta-ta for now. I'm really going this time.